Grab your bourbon and brace yourself. Welcome to Bourbons and Blindsides, the podcast where we pour strong drinks and unpack even stronger drama. I'm Public, joined by Bond, and we're the host with the hot takes and zero chill. Tonight we're diving into the blindsides that left us screaming, the backstabs, the fake outs, the eliminations nobody saw coming, all while we sip something smooth and brown. No confessionals needed, just real talk, real whiskey, and the kind of twists that make reality TV legendary. Pour up, folks, because the drama is about to blindside you. Let's go. Pond, what is up?
What's happening?
What an episode, man. What an episode.
It was crazy. We here on the Bourbon and Blindsides podcast, like Christian, we aren't fans of Polly Prissy Pantses.
Yeah, we definitely don't like the Polly Prissy Pants at all. Man, what an episode though. Started off where we ended last week. Ozzy is upsetty spaghetti out there. He's not happy at all.
No, and he tried to, after he got real pissed and went off and made the huge fire, he tried to play it off like, well, it would have been nice to just be in on it, to know what was going on. But then he was like, yeah, I would have leaked it to Mike anyway.
Yeah, exactly why they didn't tell you.
Exactly.
Didn't tell you. But now Ozzy, after all that, like he puts it together that Christian was the mastermind behind it. And he's like, I'm after Christian now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Things
Once he's locked in, he's not going to change that.
Like you said, we're both Christian fans, and on another note, like we've made rankings. We kind of discuss on who we have up top. Who's playing well, and all this week to week. And this is just so volatile. It is changing every week.
It's almost pointless to even try at this point.
Because I think we had Rizzo and Cila last week down towards the bottom, and they might have improved their stock this week. Christian, we kind of seen this coming with Christian though, where like his game could be, but he kind of pulled out of it tonight though.
He did. I was actually really surprised how that worked out.
I was, as was I. And so then it goes to Ozzy meditating. Ozzy 2.0 again. Here we go. Meditating. He cools off. Clears the air with Christian. And no, Ozzy says he's not going to forget, but they hug it out. And so all seems to be going okay for them too. Like Ozzy still has in the back of his mind, and Christian thinks they're in better standing than they are.
Yeah. And then he goes and tells Steph like he's still after Christian.
Yeah, and in that convo with Steph, I didn't realize that we had talked before. I didn't realize that Stephanie was on that tribe with Genevieve, and though she knows that Ozzy has the idol.
Yeah, because she helped with the idea to send it to him.
Yeah,
and she's the only one that knows.
Yeah, she's the only one on that tribe. So I was under the impression that nobody on the tribe knew it, but I completely forgot that Stephanie knew.
It feels like that was 3 months ago.
It does, man. With everything that's going on, it's this game. It's on steroids, man. On steroids. This is probably since they've went to the shorter seasons. Like this is, I think, the most impacted season of that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere. Like all these guys are used to playing I don't know, man. It's been wild. These tribals are crazy.
They're putting they're getting a lot of meat out of these shows, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Didn't even have to have celebrity guests like Zach Brown.
Taking up half. Hold on. Let's talk about that for a second. Remember how last week I was like, this might be a hot take, but it went a little long, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Not a hot take at all. I was looking online after. No, I didn't see one person that enjoyed that. Everyone
they definitely milked that. Definitely did.
He had more confessionals than Tiffany's had all season. In the one episode.
And still today, even after today, we'll get into that in a little bit later. Like she didn't have hardly any screen time today in confessionals.
Yeah, I don't think she had any confessionals, right? But
no, I don't think so. But she also hasn't been a tribal.
She did have a moment though. We'll get to her moment.
Also hasn't been a tribal. So Jonathan's checking in on the OG Kalo 4.
Yep.
And he wants to get close to Devins, Rizzo, and Suri. or he wants to get close to Devins and
Yep.
bring Devins into that OJ Kalo 3,
Yeah.
and then or into the 4, and then have Rizzo and Suri on the outs.
Hmm.
And then so Jonathan and Devins float Rizzo, and then he talks to Charlie, and Charlie's like, "Hell yeah!"
Charlie.
Like,
Charlie's in.
you read my mind, dog. Like this is great news for me.
If he wants nothing else out of this season, he wants Rizzo gone.
And D is there too, and like D's going along with it to his face, but
Hmm.
as soon as this conversation's over, you get her confessional, and she's not on board. She wants
Yeah.
to work with Rizzo. And so she immediately goes to Rizzo and asks Rizzo how he'd feel teaming up with the girls.
Rizzo's all about it. He's like, I
All
worked with
about
girls last time. It's perfect.
it.
I'm not a guy's guy.
And this was good play by D, but it almost, as we're gonna see throughout the episode, I think it almost backfires on her a little bit. Like
Hmm.
she is kind of thinking, extending the olive branch that she's gonna be Rizzo's number one, and that's not the case. It doesn't
No,
look like
no,
as we go in here,
not for now.
because yeah, not for now. It seems like he's built a bond with one of the girls a lot more than her.
Yeah, but it does seem like he is all about having her in on the group on the tighter
Yeah,
alliance. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and he's a pretty loyal guy and very entertaining. Like
Yeah.
he adds a lot of entertainment value to the show.
All right, ZGOD is back in full effect this episode.
And then Rizzo tells D about the idol. I don't think he told her about the idol that they sent to Ozzy, correct? He didn't tell her about his idol.
Right. That's what it made it seem that they didn't specify it, but it seemed like he was talking about the one they sent off.
Yeah, that's kind
So
of that's kind of what I got from it
yeah,
too.
I don't think she knows
And
he has one.
later on, he does tell Suri that he does indeed have the idol. So I think
Yep.
Suri might be the only one on that
Yep.
tribe that knows that he does in fact have the idol, and that's where Rizzo pulls in. D brings him into the group, and Rizzo automatically gets a new number one over D.
Yeah.
And then Coach 4.0, as he calls it. Everybody else is 2.0, 3.0, but Coach is 4.0.
Well, you got to keep changing it up when you keep
This was
coming
a
on here.
segment, man. This is my first live season with Coach. Like I just kind of watched some of his like older seasons, just highlights and stuff. That was
Yeah.
kind of before the time I got into Survivor. He's a character. What'd you think about this? Giving everybody nicknames, and he's got the new nickname with the Tidewalker.
The Tide Walker. He moves around obstacles instead of crushing right through them. It's a new coach. I love this segment.
It's something right after he goes through this. He tells Joe, you're my number one.
Yep.
And then it's kind of weird how they did this segment, because then they bring Colby in, and he's not telling Colby he's his number one, but they kind of go through a knighting process for both of them. He knights
Yep.
both Joe and Colby. And Joe's nickname is Stone Bell Monk because he's strong and trustworthy.
And always truthful.
Always truthful.
The Stone Bell.
And then he gives Colby the nickname Oakbound Warrior and knights him as well.
Yep, because of his strength.
And like he has Colby and Joe just eating out of the palm of his hand at this point. Like
Yeah.
they are all about Coach.
They are the honesty and integrity bros.
Yeah.
That is what they are.
And it's just like I don't know, like I said, I didn't watch much of his seasons. Like I know he kind of had the cult like following in the season where it was like him versus Ozzy.
Yeah.
In that one season where it's kind of like a cult because they're both returning players, and so that happens a lot of times when you have like icons returning. What was his gameplay like in the other seasons? Was he this?
He was.
Is this just his personality, or?
Yeah, he was way more aggressive with it. Kind of really telling people, how it should be and everything. Like kind of like he's his new Tidewalker. He's not crushing right through everything. He's kind of walking around, being a little more gentle. But he's really amping up the. I guess he always amps up the. When he was talking about like the Japanese, the monks, all the different medieval stuff and everything. He's always got something crazy that he's learned from this and learned from that. He's just being a little more careful this time. So it's it's a different coach, but it's still along the same lines.
Yeah, it's good to see. Good to see. Like he's playing really well right now. I want to check in with. We had a chatter. Dave Klein says he's at work right now, but he's going to pull up with his crew for our next stream. We appreciate you checking in with us while you're at work, man.
Sure.
That's awesome. And
Don't let the boss find out.
Yeah, don't
Keep
let
it
the boss
quiet.
find out. But then we go back to Aubrey and Tiffany. They're playing around in the water. They find a conch, and then and then Aubrey immediately goes to Coach, and she wants to work with Coach too. Like Coach is just dominating this tribe. Everybody wants to work with Coach.
Yeah, he's throwing her a lifeline.
Yeah, those were his words. Throwing her a lifeline. He says he's loving this game because he's finally playing as himself.
Yep. But he's got to be himself. He's got to keep the Dragon Slayer down. He can't let the Dragon Slayer come out, or things are going to go crazy.
Oh man. And then it gets, this is the cringiest moment of the season. So Charlie again in his confessional goes on again about the Rizzo vote. He just cannot get over the fact that he did not vote. He doesn't have all the context.
No,
but because
he barely has any of it actually.
And so he's just going off of what Rizzo's told him, and just like, I think Rizzo might have tried to explain it a little bit more, but Charlie, as soon as he found out that he didn't vote for his number one, the person he was closest to, not that he played the game with, but the person that he was closest to, is when he didn't vote for her to win, then it just completely tuned Charlie out to Rizzo.
He just saw red. He can't look past that at one bit. He's just
not at all. And so it cuts to Charlie just stalker vibes, sitting beside Rizzo's bed while Rizzo's sleeping.
He's sleeping in a boat, which looks way less comfortable than the ground.
And then
Charlie's
so I guess
sitting on the side of it.
It looked like he was just sitting there waiting for him to wake up, but Rizzo did say that he knocked on the boat to wake him up in his confessional, but it just looked so creepy.
Like something out of a horror movie.
And so he wakes up, and Rizzo's just like wiping the sleep out of his eyes. He's like, we're going to have this conversation already. And so once he wakes him up, they start having a conversation, and Charlie's like, who'd you tell about the idol?
Yeah.
And then Charlie's like, Rizzo's like, the only person I told was D.
Yeah, he didn't want to get caught in a bunch of lies, so he just.
And then because that was the only person he had told at this point. He hadn't told Suri yet.
Yeah.
And then like he's wiping his eyes to wake up, and he's like, who did you tell? He's like, well, Jonathan kind of acted like he already knew, so I confirmed it with him.
Yeah. And Rizzo's like, nah, Jonathan's not that type.
Yeah, Rizzo does immediately clock it. He's like, I don't think so. He didn't tell it to Charlie's face, but it's confessional. He's like, I don't. Jonathan's not the type to be asking questions like that. And so now Rizzo is all aboard on getting rid of Charlie. Like, this is whenever they are full head on head wanting to go after each other at this point.
Operation Bad Blood.
Yeah, that's what he calls it. Operation Bad Blood. And then after this, Rizzo goes and talks to D about getting rid of Charlie. And then this is whenever he finally goes and talks to Suri about the Girls with Rizzo alliance that D had pitched to him the day before, and pulls Suri in. And like, I don't know, man. Like, Suri's kind of the Rizzer, as you would say. She kind of gets people, but it seems like Rizzo has Suri eating out of his hands at this point. Like, Suri is all about Rizzo.
I know. He told her about the idol, and then she's like, I'm old school. I don't tell people these secrets, And then she told him about her extra vote that Ozzy gave her. So they're really locked in.
Yeah, they really are. And this is like, I didn't give Rizzo enough credit for last season, apparently. Like, I thought it just might have been the Cavs. The Cavs might not have been as strong, but I mean, these are good players, and he's been in bad spots a couple times now, and he's pulled his way out of it with just, people not understanding him socially at first because he's so much younger than a lot of the cast, or, like I think his social game's actually pretty strong because he doesn't win comps.
Yeah. Yeah. He annoys people at first, and then they kind of pulls them in.
Kind of warms up. They kind of warm up to him, and so
the longer they stay with him, the less it really bothers him, I guess, which is kind of the opposite of how it
But yeah,
usually is when people are annoyed.
Cerie's starting to feel really good at this point. And she said, she felt like she was on the bottom, and she's giving all credit to Rizzo and saying, I don't feel that way anymore because of Rizzo. Like Rizzo kind of threw her a lifeline, she feels. And then they go to the immunity challenge and the audible gasp.
Yeah. No one can believe it.
Whenever Vaatu walks up without Mike White, they were shocked.
They're all at once are like, well, there goes my White Lotus cameo.
Yeah. They didn't say it verbally, but they were thinking it. Speaking of which, did you see like the reports this week? He didn't even go to like the Ponderosa because he couldn't eat the food.
Yeah, because he's vegan or something.
Yeah. He's like, the food here sucks. So can I just like go to my own place?
He's like, can I pay my own way? He probably just went to his own White Lotus Island.
He's like, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not asking to leave the country. I just need to, be somewhere where I can eat. And ate for 11 days. I thought that was pretty interesting. Not most Survivor guests don't get that comfort.
No, definitely not. He's definitely gets a special treatment.
And then so at the immunity, we have Colby, who apparently hurt his foot last episode. Did you see that in the last episode?
No, and they didn't show it or even like recap it they didn't, give us a recap to show a video of when it might have happened or what it even is. He just said he hurt his foot. So
yeah, they didn't. He said it. They didn't elaborate any more on it this episode. It was the only time it was mentioned. That was kind of a shock to me. I was like, I don't remember this. Maybe I just something I forgot. And then so him and Prissy set out for Kalo. And at this point, I'm thinking, man, that's a huge loss not having Colby, one of the strongest ones, kind of puts them at a disadvantage. And then Camilla and Devin set out for Cila.
Yep.
And this is
no puzzles for Camilla to do. So she can sit out.
So it was the perfect timing. Like she gets to set out a comp where there's no puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very beginning, this was impressive. Jonathan destroyed
like
Ozzy, Ozzy and Joe. Like he was so far ahead.
Swimming and climbing, and he's killing Ozzy on this thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is impressive. Like he gapped him pretty good. And then but Ozzy and Coach, they did catch him at the bags, getting the bags down, but then he kind of pulled away again. And he's the first one through the sand, and Ozzy's second. Whenever Charlie was jumping off with the bags, he kind of did like the little side jump. He did kind of like the cautious, I'm just barely going to enter the water jump. Everybody else is like full steam ahead, but that just kind of cracked me up. And then they get to the ropes where they got to untie the puzzle, or not the puzzle pieces, but the bags. And by this point, it is all Kalo and Cila. Like they are way ahead of
Joe
Kalo at this time.
Joe was way behind Ozzy and Jonathan, which most people would be. So Genevieve was the next one to do the swimming, jumping, and she held her. She didn't lose any more time, but she didn't really catch too much. But then they get to the bags.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to be a two tribe race to the end. But then Tiffany comes out and like, does she have rodeo experience?
She was lassoing those bags open, man. I was like, what?
She tore through those bags, made up a ton of time.
Spinning that thing just right off there.
And so then, I mean, they're pretty much, nobody's made a shot yet, and all three of them are at the bags at the same time. Yep. I think, did Tiffany bank the first shot?
She did. She got the first one, yeah.
And then, I mean, so like Kalo was in it at this point, and they looked dead in the water. No pun intended on that. In the swimming portion, and getting the bags. And
I think Tiffany was the first one to get to the toss because Coach was the first one to get the hook, right?
Yeah, they weren't the first one to get there. I think the orange.
Did Angelina get it first?
Coach was the first one to get a bag, but they weren't the first one at the station.
Okay.
Somebody, Jonathan had been throwing for a minute at this point.
Oh, right.
Or was it Jonathan that started, or was it did they swap out? Or did Jonathan throw the whole time? I think remember.
Jonathan threw the whole time.
Okay, so yeah, I think Jonathan was the first one at the bag. They get there about the same time Vaatu does, though.
Mm-hmm.
At the bag, they had closed the gap that much, and then then Angelina gets her second, and then after this, it's just like Joe just clutches it out. They're tied with CeeLo for a minute, but Kalo just pulls on ahead. Like they both get to 3 about the same time, and then they find their groove, and Joe wins immunity for Calo after they were well behind.
Yeah, little redemption for Joe because he was the one that got him that fell behind in the beginning, and then he comes through and tosses the bags quick and seals the win for him.
Absolutely, him and Tiffany definitely won that for Calo.
Oh yeah,
definitely. And then it cuts to Rizzo. He says, "I'm okay with going to travel because we're getting rid of Charlie." He is fine with it.
Yeah.
And now he wants to work on Camilla, and this is maybe his only mistake this episode. So he makes up a lie about Kyle telling him he wanted to work with him, or that he wanted him to work with Camilla after Kyle was medevaced.
Yeah.
And then Camilla sees right through it.
Yeah, she wasn't buying it. She was like, there wasn't even enough time for them to get that close.
Yep. And this was definitely a knock on, like, if this is something that could come back to, because Camilla wasn't vocal about it and this
Right.
to anybody on our tribe, because I don't know that she feels like she has the feet to stand on yet.
Yeah.
But you can tell, like, if anything's going to be Rizzo's undoing, it's going to be this.
Yeah. But he did tell her about the idol, and then she found out about the idol again from Charlie. So that kind of messed things up with Charlie.
Yeah, because then she's like, she likes Charlie, but she's like, Charlie's just too late with this information. Yeah. Like, why? Like, I want to work with Charlie, but like he's coming to me too late. Like Rizzo's already came to me and all this, and maybe if he would have came through quicker.
Yeah, she played it off like she hadn't heard about it yet, and then she kind of says, she could vote either one out. She wasn't really sure, and so they're setting it up like she's going to be the swing vote.
Oh, and before this gun, I mean, I thought Fiji was a peaceful country. Like they let Rick Devens bring guns to the island. The Rick Devens gun show at one point. I think he made the comment like, Jonathan's about to get jealous.
He's like, I didn't really want to do it. I don't want Jonathan to feel some type of way.
Oh man, Devens he's something else, man. Like, it would be really cool to see Devens win the game, but yeah, I don't know his path.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not liking his chances to get far enough.
Yeah, I don't think that even if he made the final 3, I don't know if the rest of the cast would take him seriously enough to vote for him to win. He better hope it's like Charlie and Emily.
Yeah.
Or not Charlie, Christian and Emily.
Yeah.
Are 2 of the votes. And then so we go back to Vaatu, and Charlie thinks that, or not Charlie. I keep getting them mixed up. Christian's thinking like him and Ozzy repaired it. That hug sealed the deal. They're back in good graces. And so I think this is the part where he knows he's kind of at the bottom, can't stick his neck out for Angelina. He has to put somebody out there. And so he throws Angelina's name out. He's like, that's who we want to get rid of. And this is, I didn't really kind of grasp this at the time, because like Ozzy blew up on this whole tribe after the vote.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately escaped any repercussions. Nobody had Ozzy's name in their mouth.
Yeah.
And that's just how dysfunctional this tribe is. That's an easy vote.
I know.
Like
Ozzy blew up. He went crazy. Let's get him out of here.
And he's on the bottom. Like, he has nobody. And this is where Christian really, maybe he doesn't have that survivor confidence, that confidence in the game, where he needs to, I think at this point, kind of, it'd be hard. I don't know how much information he has on how close Emily and Ozzy are.
Yeah.
But like, to kind of try to get the votes against Ozzy at this point, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that, but I think Christian knows that to keep this tribe strong, any chance in challenges, I don't know that they ever have any, but Angelina would be the one to go. They got to keep Ozzy around for at least to try to help him. Because look at the lead they had.
He can't be expecting a merge or a handout or anything, because I think in his season that tribe went down to 3.
Yeah.
right?
Stephanie's
He,
went down to 1, so like they're not going to expect anything like that.
so, and then Emily Emily and Christian are telling Angelina that it's going to be Stephanie, but Angelina's kind of at this point like, okay, they're kind of throwing me a bone. I'm not sure if I can buy it though. I don't
Yeah,
like
she doesn't really trust him because this is exactly what they did last week, and Mike went
Yep.
home.
And so then Ozzy tells Stephanie he wants to blindside Christian at this point. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't think he can trust Christian, rightfully so. Christian blindsided him last week. And like we mentioned just a minute ago, Ozzy's done a good job of getting back in people's good graces after the blow up, like
Right.
kind of, going through doing his apology tour and then find it and then gathering the other people on the bottom to do this.
Right.
And so like Stephanie a week ago was at the very bottom of this tribe. And now like
She's in a good
she's kind
spot.
of in control.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it, like she controlled last week's vote,
Yeah.
like she's in control this week. Like she's in a really good spot.
Yeah. Nobody's really looking to actually vote her out.
Exactly. Like, and I think that's going to continue to go forward as we might have this this Ozzy Christian battle that might be coming down the pipe. And Emily's gonna have to choose. Who's gonna talk to her last.
Yeah. No evidence of her doing any kind of blabbing anything she shouldn't this week, but I guess there really wasn't any kind of opportunity for her to do that this week.
Exactly, with the way the votes went this week too.
Yeah.
Like Christian, or no, that wasn't this tribe, that was the other tribe. So it was a straightforward vote whenever we get to that.
Yeah.
But like it's just Christian voting out two people that he played with, eagerly getting rid of them. Like he went from being in a really strong position with nobody really targeting him to pissing Ozzy off just for Emily, just to keep Emily on his side. Like this whole thing, like if he was just fine with getting rid of Emily last week,
Yeah.
then everything would have been cool. But
Yep.
he couldn't stay in that direction. And like he kind of threw his survivor game on the line with two solid allies for Emily.
Yeah.
And now Emily has two number one. She has Ozzy and she has Christian, and who's she gonna go with?
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, who do you think she's going with at the end of the day? Who do you think she's gonna choose?
Someone else completely different.
You might be right.
No, neither. Someone else is going to talk to her later, and she's going to go to them.
Turns out Stephanie's been a real number one the whole time, and nobody knew.
Yeah. So someone else is going to have a conversation with her, and then she'll line up with them, and then probably it'll be a couple more people. She'll have a couple more number ones before it's all said and done.
Absolutely, you're calling that right. You're calling that right. We'll see how many number ones she has, and then it gets to after Ozzy talks to Stephanie about blindsiding Christian, then Ozzy goes to Christian and says, "Look, like we're cool, but I don't think I can trust you." He's like, "If you want me to trust you, you have to give me your shot in the dark."
Right.
And Christian's like, "Hell no!" Like he doesn't say that to his face, but you can kind of see just his expression. He's like, "Hell no, I'm not giving you my shot in the dark. It's not happening."
Christian's not dumb. So. He knows it's going to disarm him, which is that's what he said. He's like, he's either doing this to really earn my trust, or he's more likely trying to disarm me so he can vote me out.
Yep, and that's what he was doing. And whenever you're clocking that, it's so hard, like sitting on your couch and you have all the information to kind of put this together and say, "Oh, you should have done this."
Yeah.
But like, you should have realized like what was going on, and then tried to turn the tide against Ozzy.
Yeah.
But he probably knows. He's close with Emily, and Emily last week talked about how she wanted to work with Ozzy. She showed it to Ozzy to vote out Angelina last week, and then so he probably knows he's not going to be able to convince Emily three weeks in a row to go the way he wants. And so I think that might be why in the end he does end up giving Ozzy his shot in the dark.
Yeah. After Emily tells him, confirms like Ozzy wants him out, he gives him a shot in the dark. And I was kind of, at the time when he did it, I was like, is he trying to trick him into thinking, here's my shot in the dark so we can work together? Or did he have something else up his sleeve? I wasn't sure exactly what his mindset was there when he gave it to him.
Yeah, we'll have to see going forward. Well, I guess we won't, because they're not going to be on a tribe next week.
Yeah,
But
which is wild.
yeah. And so, like you said, Emily went to Christian and told him that Ozzy wants him out. And then we go back to the Cila tribe, and Rizzo is this is where Rizzo tells Suri about the idol. And so,
Yep.
like you said, Suri's like, I'm old school. We don't tell people about this information. Like this kid's got me. And then she ends up telling Rizzo about the extra vote.
Yeah, that locked them in. That really locked them into a final two, basically.
So Rizzo is the only person other than Ozzy that knows that Suri has an extra vote. And then
they kind of showed a little montage sort of Rizzo really just chattering up, talking about how he played before and everything, and it kind of made it feel like, oh boy, here we go. Riz God's starting to annoy everyone.
It really did. And then he doesn't do himself much favor at the tribal, which we'll get to in a minute once we get to the Cila tribal. And so then we get to the next thing we get to is the Vaatu tribal. And this is where like Christian's been kind of a wild card whenever we get to first we I almost skipped over the best part.
You got Jeff is on one.
Jeff is on one this season, man.
He's doing impressions now. And he nailed them.
It cracked me up whenever we go to the Cila tribal later, and then Jonathan opens up with the Mr. Jeff.
Mr. Jeff.
And I was like, oh man, we just seen this at the other tribal, and Jonathan wasn't even there. So yeah, Jeff does the Jonathan impression and the Colby impression, and then finally just nails it with the Christian impression to Christian.
The rap. The rap a couple episodes ago, I was out on the impressions. He nailed them. I'm here for
he did pretty good. But Christian, I haven't liked Christian at the tribals the last couple times.
Yeah.
Just because like he's kind of butted in, and whenever people were answering questions or just kind of oversharing, and like you said, it could have just been that's just what they're airing. It could have been all over the place, but. He answered the questions this time like he knew his life was on the line. Like you could tell there was a much different approach for him in these tribal questions. And
go ahead.
He was kind of buttering Ozzy up with his answers too.
Yeah, he was. And Ozzy kind of made a face like he wasn't really buying it.
Yeah, Ozzy did make that face, but you could tell like he knows that Ozzy is or Ozzy 1.0. He doesn't know that there's an Ozzy 2.0 now.
Yeah.
Like, he's not privy to that information yet. But he knows Ozzy 1.0 is really, he loves him some Ozzy, and so he's trying to feed him that ego. And then Angelina, like she comes out swinging too. She hits home with her tribal answer too. She says, "Hey, I'm a ride or die. Like my season, my tribe got down to 3 people, and we were the last 3 people left in the game. Yep. Like we." Like I'm loyal to the soil, pretty much is what she was saying. And, kind of, if there was any speech that would have swayed votes, maybe it would have been that one. Like if it was a closer vote and somebody was on the fence.
Yeah. She says she's loyal, and, having to vote other people out and having so few people left kind of bonds you. And then you can carry that on through the rest of the game, which they did in David versus Goliath.
But unfortunately it wasn't enough. Angelina is voted out 4-1, and just being the kind, sweet soul that Angelina is, she gives them her jacket, even because she knows it's going to be a cold night.
Full circle moment.
She's like, wait, Jeff, I got to do something real quick. I was like, what's going on here? At first I thought like that was a big ass jacket. I thought it was a blanket or something.
I did too. I thought it was like a sleeping bag.
I was like, would they let her bring this on here?
I know, right? As far as it fit in the backpack.
Yeah. And then we get to the Cila tribal, and Rick Devins.
Before the Cila tribal, do you think that so Vaatu's down to 4 now, right? And we saw from next week we're merging. Any chance this 4 is the final 4?
No.
I say hell no. Not just no, but hell no.
Absolutely not.
Like no way.
Christian, Ozzy, and Emily have been to every tribal with those four,
Which
and
means
every
now they will
tribal
be at
that
every
they've been.
one.
This is actually their first straightforward tribal that they've had, where they've had
Yeah.
a plan, went into it like there wasn't no shocks, like it was
Yeah.
just pretty straightforward for them.
Crazy.
And so yeah, the short answer is no. There's no way in hell that these are the final four.
Nope.
We already got two of them that are going to be at each other's throat, especially with the merge. And then this is like whenever we were talking in our own personal chat, and I was like, man, this tribe's getting decimated. Like it made us wondering if there's going to go down to two. And I was like, well, they're at 17, so the only way they could do it is they sent somebody to exile.
Yeah.
But now we're getting a full merge at 17.
I was, yeah, and you even said that merge at 17. I was like, no, there's no way. Are there going to be 14 jurors?
There can't be.
Crazy.
Like they're just going to have. I wonder if it is going to be something where, maybe they split in two next week, because they didn't really say the words merge. Like I know the cast did. They're like, oh, it's a merge, or like you have them at the camp thinking that it might be a merge, but maybe it's just kind of they do send somebody to an exile type situation, go to 2 teams of 8, and then that person rejoins the team that loses.
They've done that before, where they have a competition, split them up, like they have rocks or whatever of like 2 different colors, and then one like lone color rock, and then whoever gets the lone color doesn't participate in the challenge, and then you have 2 tribes doing the challenge, and then that person joins whoever loses, and then keeps it even for another week. They could do that. I don't know, or who knows? Maybe they merge and just don't have the first people after the merge go to jury, but that would be kind of weird.
So another question about this: if it wasn't Christian and Ozzy on the group of 4, do you think they care enough to do this? Or are they just going to let this tribe just kind of eat itself?
They say that everything's planned out before the season and they don't adjust like that, but
they say a lot of things. It's a reality TV show. Sometimes you bend the rules like everything was. I mean, it seems pretty convenient, the whole Ben situation in his season, just how he kind of idled and immunity his way out, and then when he finally didn't win, oh wait, we're doing this new thing where you got to build fire at Final Four. Like, knowing that Ben was like the best fire maker out there.
Yeah. So did they say, well, they're definitely going to tribal again, and one of Ozzy or Christian are probably going to get voted out, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
So we're just going to merge.
It's kind of
maybe. I wouldn't rule it out completely.
And then we get to the Cila tribe, and Devins is rocking a full suit top.
And it looks like it's kind of like hanging off of him a little bit, like he's already lost a bunch of weight or something.
Oh man. And like on one hand, it's like Devins should be the easy target for these people, just because he's just kind of there. He's not really voting him out. It's not really going to piss anybody off, not going to ruffle any feathers, but
not really going to change.
Not even on the radar.
No, it wouldn't change the tribe dynamic at all.
Like he really could float his way to Final 3. I don't think he has any shot at winning, just because I don't think anybody takes him seriously. But I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he makes it to the Final 3.
Yeah, he's kind of just being goofy and not really threatening anyone. So no one, his name hasn't been on people's minds.
And that could turn into something where they get to the final tribal and he can use that as his strategy and maybe convince people to vote for him to win the game.
Yeah. I'm not ruling anything out on this season.
And then, so they start talking about how no one knows Rizzo. Jeff brings up, nobody's seen your season. Nobody knows what to expect for you. And this is where another area where Rizzo kind of doesn't shine as much as he has previously in this episode, because he builds up the Riz God.
Oh yeah.
Like he talks about how good he is and, how strategic he is, all these things. It's like, man, you don't know this is a close vote. You might be swaying somebody to vote your ass out of here, buddy.
They kept zooming in on Camilla's face every time Rizzo and Charlie talked. They didn't want us to know what she was going to do, but it seemed like she was making weird faces at both of them.
Luckily, Charlie wasn't much better with his answers. She, a lot of times, most of the time, these things they already know before they get there. So I mean, it's not going to be swayed anyway. But you never know.
Yeah.
And then uh whenever Rizzo's going off on how well it played because he was loyal, I think Charlie's eyes might have got stuck in the back of his head.
That was a hard eye roll if I've ever seen one.
As much as I've loved this storyline, I'm glad it ends. I'm glad it's
Yeah.
over. Like,
Yeah, because we hear about it every week.
got way overplayed.
I thought he was
And
gonna fall
then
over. He's rolled his eyes back so far.
Devins really contributes at this point because he points out whenever Jeff asked Devins about Rizzo, and he said, one thing about playing this game is you don't know how people are reacting to you until you see it portrayed on TV. Like,
Yeah.
are they just blowing sunshine up your ass?
Yeah.
Or, are they really buying what you're selling?
Yeah.
And that
It
was
was
a really good
interesting.
point.
Yeah, Rizzo has no idea how he was perceived on season 49. Like no clue.
None. Like 9 days. Like
Which is weird.
yeah, 9 days. 9 days between games. That's pretty wild, man.
That's insane. That's really crazy.
And then Jeff asked Charlie if he sees any of himself in Rizzo. And Charlie gives the political answer, it kind of frustrated him. He just wanted to be like, no, I'm a loyal son of a bitch. But he couldn't.
I would never put out my number one. Are you kidding me?
My number one was in final. I'd vote for them to win the game. That's how loyal I am, unlike some people. And then they get to the vote. And this is it turned out like they played it up like Camilla was going to be the swing vote.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, Camilla was a swing vote.
And then they showed a couple of Rizzos first, right? So Rizzo had the lead, and then when Charlie started coming out, you could see he was like, him and Jonathan were both like shocked. They had a little shock on their face. They're like, "Oh, what is happening right now?"
Yeah, once it got to 3-3, it's like, man, this last vote could go anywhere. And then comes out Charlie. Charlie is evicted 4-3, ending Operation Bad Blood for both of them.
Operation Bad Blood was a success for Rizzo, and it didn't take long to complete that mission.
Not at all. And then we get into scenes from next week's episode, and it looks like they're using the word merge. At least whenever they first get the tree mail, that's what they're saying is merge.
There was a drop your buffs thing. There was someone said merge at 17, questioning it. I don't know. It feels like they're trying to throw us off. Like, but
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, because you don't see Jeff saying that it's a merge. I mean, it could be another double eviction next week.
Yeah, we got to get rid of all these people somehow.
Yeah,
there's still a lot of people left.
And so that pretty much does it. What are you looking forward to next week? Just kind of seeing how the tribe dynamics change once they all get together.
Honestly, I actually wish they are, or I hope they are going to merge at 17, just because we haven't seen that before, and it'll be good to get all these players on the same beach, everyone interacting with everyone else, because you got the one tribe that's never been to tribal, and just they're not getting we're not seeing as much of them. They did a little bit better job this week of we got to see all three tribes, but really it'll get the focus on everybody, I think, which we need.
They did do a better job, but this week you kind of knew who the two teams that were going to lose were.
Oh yeah.
Because they started the episode, heavy on Cila, like Operation Bad Blood, and before they ever got the tribal, and then of course, I mean, you kind of see where maybe it wasn't Vaatu, because I mean they did have the Ozzy blow up from last week that was kind of holding over from last episode, but they didn't really. I mean, there wasn't much Cila before the immunity challenge, and so
you didn't really see them discussing who they wanted to vote out. Before the competition.
So once again, Sari goes to the bottom after the tribe swap, works her way back up to the top. Now we're switching it up again.
But she might be. She'll be okay. I think.
Spot.
Yeah, because now she'll be back with her people from before. Now she's got Rizzo, D, Camilla. She's gonna work a whole new group here. I think maybe kind of bring her groups together. Maybe she gets in. Maybe that group gets in with the honesty and integrity
No,
bros.
there's no way. That's what I was about to bring up. Is it's going to turn into like Sari and Ozzy versus Coach. I think in next episode.
Yeah.
I think Coach is going to be like there's too much bad blood there, and he like Coach is going to be perceptive enough to see the threat that Sari is. But Sari and Ozzy have way too much ammo right now. Like that, they still have the extra vote. They have an idol. You know,
So will Christian work with the honesty and integrity bros to try to get rid of Ozzy?
He's on the bottom right now, and he knows it. I think he knows like his spot's kind of blowing up. And the thing is, does Ozzy, as soon as he gets back with Sari, how does that relationship with Emily? Like, does it fracture? Can Christian bring Emily all the way back on board with Christian and bring Emily over to, because I think, like you said, Christian's going to end up with the honesty, integrity bros. And kind of like, that's one thing they're missing. They don't really have the brains over there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What's Coach going to nickname him? There's got.
I don't know many monk names.
Like, I don't know, but whichever one was like the genius or the really smart guy, that's the name he'll give to him. So I can't wait to see that.
Like our little Aristotle.
Something about little Einstein.
This is just what we're missing, you know.
Oh man. I hope the honesty and integrity bros make it far. I'm here for it.
I mean, depends on how Colby's foot is.
He's gonna have to. He needs to not tell anyone about that. They didn't say, he didn't mention that anyone else knew about it either.
Yeah, it was just in the confessional, and then but I mean, his tribe was fine with him sitting out though, so you got to figure that they knew too.
Maybe,
like, because why else is he gonna sit out? Like,
yeah, that was a challenge. He could have helped out.
Yeah, so I think his tribe probably knows, and I mean, the good thing for them, the honesty integrity bros, is they aren't the biggest physical threat.
Yeah,
because people are still going to put Ozzy above them, and
Jonathan.
They're damn sure going to put Jonathan ahead of him.
Yeah.
The first time Jonathan, like, if this is one tribe, the first time Jonathan doesn't win immunity, he's probably going home.
Yeah, and with so many people, it's going to be harder for him to win immunity early on. So if they want to get him out early, it's going to be their best chance.
Yeah, that's the problem with Jonathan. Like, he's just too damn good at challenges, and he really showed it today, and he showed it in the lift in the boat. Like, you gotta kind of, I know you want to win, you want to be safe, but you gotta reel it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something he hasn't done. Maybe that was Ozzy's strategy today too. Just kind of, maybe that's why Jonathan jumped out to that big lead. Is,
yeah,
maybe don't want to be perceived as that major threat until
he was beating him at Ozzy's strengths.
So,
that was crazy.
Absolutely was. And then so anything else on Survivor before we jump into some House of Villains?
No, just like I said before, excited to see how all the dynamics play out now that we might be having a merge.
Yep, and it's definitely going to switch things up. I don't know, who do you think it helps the most? Christian?
Yeah, probably, because he was probably next.
Yeah, it was looking pretty bad, especially with Ozzy's idol. Like, if you try to rally the troops against Ozzy,
even if he's not in a great spot after this, he'll be better off than he would have if he stayed on that tribe.
And who's in a worse spot? Who do you think stock's going down from this?
Jonathan, although his spot didn't look great after the vote, but like we said, with the more people there are that he can't beat, or that will make it harder for him to beat, the worse it is for him.
Yep, I can definitely see Jonathan being in a worse spot. But now to our second love, House of Villains. Man, this show is delivering this season.
I think every episode gets better.
It really does. Like, and that was a thing. I mentioned it last week. They've had game players on before, like Wes and Bananas and things like that. But it's like kind of having Tyson and Paul on this season, like pretty hard gamers, and then with the rest of the cast that they have, just like the entertainment value that they have, it's really been great.
It has.
Oh, and then Ashley Mitchell was also a big gamer here. But it starts off with uh, Drita called Kate putting up the trio a gangster move.
Yep. And Kate said, "Am I in the mob?"
And then it's more Ashley being sick. She's throwing up everywhere, can't keep nothing down, and it's announced that she says she's gonna have to go to the doctor. They got her a meeting with urgent care the next day.
Yep. And seems like she's been infected with a case. What do they call it? Johnny Rhea or something like that.
Yeah, Johnny Rhea is what Bananas called it. And then so it ends the episode, or another thing that happens early on in this episode, Kate going up the stairs, going into her bedroom, and Tyson is walking by and he looks up to her. He's like, "Hey, we got this."
Yeah,
and just
me and you. He
yeah.
gave a little me and you thing.
Yeah, little me and you, we got this.
She's like, okay.
And then another thing to put in the back of her mind.
Yep.
And then Tom back in his natural environment, making drinks for everyone.
Yeah,
just like he never left Vanderpump.
Yeah, that's right. He brought Tom to the
He's back at Sir making drinks. Yeah. And then Tyson, I didn't understand this part. So Tyson goes through and he says, on Survivor, I like to play pranks on people. I like to be this guy. But now I just want to I'm bored and I want to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah. Now that he's not on the hit list, he can do it.
And he never gets caught doing this. That nobody knows that he did anything, but it does kind of lead to the downfall in his game because he turns the air up to 85. It's so uncomfortable, Kate can't sleep. Yeah. So she goes outside to sleep, and when she's outside, she finds a journal.
Yep. Ashley's game diary.
And who does this? And if you do it, why are you leaving it in a public place?
I think because she had to get up real quick to puke.
So in this, she has all the tea in this.
Yeah.
She has all the tea. She has
everything.
Her, Tyson, Johnny, and Paul on one side, Tom in the middle, and the rest of the house on the other side. So Kate's like, okay, I'm just going to rip this page out and I'm going to keep it. I'm going
to use this. Yeah.
And then Johnny Bananas pulls back up on the moped. Bananas on the moped. That just doesn't get old. Second time we've seen it this season. And this is where the John-aria comes in. Bananas says Ashley is sick in the hospital and she has a case of the John-aria and has been removed from the game.
And then it's not like we're gonna not have an eviction here. We need another villain. We need another villain to replace.
Yeah, got to have another villain to what's the point in having the what is it called? What do they call that?
Eviction? I don't even know.
Not the eviction, but I can't remember what they call it. They call it something weird.
The hit list.
Well, it's the hit list, but they do. What's the competition that removes one of them from the hit list? I can't remember what it's called. But they need somebody. They need a third player for that, and so Kate has to name a third player, and she uses the note she found the night before to her advantage. She points it out to everyone, and she says, "There was 4 people in one group on one side of the page, and so I got to put the 4th person up. Tyson, you're up."
Yep, and Johnny and Paul confirmed that sheet was real because they'd seen it before.
Yeah. Yep. And so Tyson's up and Tom's just kind of like, what the hell is going on at this point? Like he is a little confused and a little butthurt at the same time. Yeah. But he still wants to protect Tyson. Even though Kate dropped all this information on him. She even gives him the page from the notebook. She's like, here it is. You can look at it. She tells him what Tyson says in their one-on-one, how, he didn't necessarily have to take Tom to the final 2. It could be them 2. And I mean, Tom, he's pretty upset with Tyson, but he still wants to protect him.
Who knew that Tom Sandoval would be the most loyal guy in the house? No one saw.
And we see it
even happen.
We definitely see it here because the name of the The name of the challenge is Minion Impossible.
Redemption Challenge.
Redemption Challenge. That's it. Yep. And so the name of it is Minion Impossible, and it's based off dares that are assigned, and they're given point values.
Yep.
So so it comes out, and so they have to they can only do one of the dares of themselves, and they can the rest of them they have to get minions to complete these dares for them.
They never explained what would happen, because you can only do one yourself, right? They never explained what would happen if no one would do one for you on any.
Well, I don't think, because I think they knew they wouldn't get in that situation.
Yeah.
Because if you get to where, if you want somebody to fail, then you're gonna say, okay, I'll do it, and then just throw it.
Tank it. Yeah.
So I don't think I don't think there would ever be a situation where nobody would do it.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's gonna be eager to do it just so you don't get the points.
Yeah, true.
And then so Drita like immediately steps up to help Johnny. She's like, I want Tyson out.
Yeah.
And then Kate also helping Johnny because she wants Tyson out. And then so the first couple challenges go all right. It's Tyson and Johnny going head to toe after Christine loses a banana eating competition to Drina. Whoever thought we would be talking about that?
Because
Drita, not Drina.
Because they didn't want to make out with anyone for 30 seconds.
Yeah, and Tyson makes out with New York for 30 seconds.
I know.
And then he makes this statement. He says, almost like the Eskimo Brothers thing. He's like, by making out with New York, I technically made out with Flava Flav.
Yeah. And New York was like, won't your wife get mad? He goes, not if it's you. It's like, how should she take that?
Oh, man. New York doesn't get, I mean, New York's also engaged.
Yeah. And Johnny once tries to get Christine to make out with him, but she's not about it at all. She's like, nah,
not about it. She's like, yeah. And then so Drita beats Christine and beating of bananas, and so it's down to one comp. Tyson hasn't competed yet.
Yeah.
And Tom shows his undying loyalty. Says, I'll go in there, knowing he knows that there's probably gonna be a tiebreaker.
Yeah. They're like, what if it's the most what if it's whoever has the most minions do their stuff? And if you do this one, you'd have less.
Yeah.
Just laying it all out on the line for him. Just going all in for him.
And so they all complete the final challenge, Tom against Johnny and Paul. And it comes down to a tie. And so for the tie, Tyson and Johnny have to eat horny worms. Whoever can eat the most horny worms.
Dude.
In, what was it, a minute? Or was it 30 seconds? I can't remember. I think it was a minute.
It had to be a minute because they ate 29 and 30 of them. Which is insane.
This is where like Tyson jumps out to like a 3 or 4 worm lead.
Yeah.
While Johnny's kind of struggling to kind of get his feet under him. You can tell like Tyson's done kind of more of this type of thing than Johnny has. But I mean, Johnny, like he made a challenge out of it at the end. Like he started to come back, and would have went 30 seconds longer, we might have had a different winner.
Man, if I would have eaten 29 hornworms and lost, I would have been so pissed. Those things look nasty.
Welcome to the life of Johnny Middlebrooks.
Yeah.
Give somebody Johnny Rhea and then loses the tiebreaker to Tyson. Tyson holds him off. And so Tyson is off of the banishment list. He is not up for elimination. So it's down to Paul and Johnny at this point.
So this confirms that their alliance of 3 of Johnny, Paul, and Ashley. In this episode, they're losing 2 of them no matter what.
Yep. So it's going to be down to just one of that bedroom left. All 3 of them shared the same bedroom, and there's just one left.
Tough day for them.
And then I kind of got ahead of myself because this is where Tom and Kate chat, and then Kate, like she spills the beans on Tyson. She talks about how he was including him, saying that they could be a duo. Mm-hmm. And she keeps telling Tom, Tyson was never including you in anything. Like Tyson doesn't have your back like you have his back.
Yeah, she's saying Tyson has deals with everybody,
which he does.
Yep.
And then Tyson walks in on the conversation because this is just something that Tyson does. He's a gamer. He plays these games for a living, and so he knows. And so he walks in on the conversation, and Tom asking about it face to face, and that was a key moment for Tom. Like, he's actually out playing the game right here. And Tyson's trying to explain it to Tom, and Tom's actually doing a pretty good job acting like he's buying it, but goes to his confessional and not so much. He kind of sees what the game that Tyson's running.
Yeah, he sees what's going on.
And this is where we see the change in Tom. Like, Tom is a completely different, has a different mindset this whole episode after this. After him and Tyson they didn't really get into it, but this is kind of the first time that they've kind of been at odds. And it just not having his bro, like,
I know.
Maybe this is how he would have been on Vanderpump if him and Schwartz stop getting along at one point. He just would have been a complete like guy that stuck up for himself and was kind of more volatile. But so Tyson tries to smooth it over with Tom the next morning, doesn't really go anywhere. Tom's just kind of doing one of those things where
gonna go back to bed and blah blah blah.
And so I guess Selling Sunset, they did we both didn't know what Selling Sunset was, and Christine pretty much confirmed it's just whoever the winner is, just pretty much the person with the sluttiest looks. Because they asked her, "What are you in real estate?" And she's like, "No."
Somebody asked her on this episode, like, do you win that show by selling the most houses or something like that? That's
where she said it's just the person with the sluttiest looks.
Which probably accurate.
Knowing her, yes.
Yeah.
And then we get to a Paul New York conversation, and New York is kind of like, I don't trust Paul. And her reasoning, well, her thoughts are valid. Her reasoning is kind of weird. Her reasoning was because he wasn't assertive enough when he was Johnny's right-hand man.
Yeah. When he was right hand, he just went with it. He didn't try to do his own thing, or he didn't try. So
you can tell at this point, it's like New York is just about, she wants this show to stay successful just so she has somewhere to live.
Yeah, that's right.
Just so she can keep the mansion.
That's right.
And then, did you see the floaty in the pool right before the Tyson Paul conversation?
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah, so it had like the Pelican floaty. Remember Big Brother 18 whenever Paul always wore that Pelican floaty around?
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was kind of like an Easter egg, because right before Tyson and Paul talk, it shows that like it's not the same one. It's kind of a different style.
Yeah,
but it's like it's a Pelican floaty, like Paul's homie.
I forgot he wore that thing all the time.
And then so Tom, and then after this, Paul and Tyson are having a convo, and then in the background, you hear Tom and Johnny getting in an argument about the hit list situation.
Yeah.
And this is where, as they keep talking, like both groups are talking, and like Paul's just like not really focused on his and Tyson's conversation. He's doing a real good job at gaming this, because he's like, you seeing this, Tyson?
Yeah.
Like, listen to this. Look, they're getting, look.
But they're arguing. They're standing up now.
Yeah. And he's like wanting to get, he doesn't know that kind of Tom and Tyson are kind of on the outs a little bit right now. They're not as strong as they used to be, but he's trying to get, Tyson to vote out Johnny instead of him, which is pretty smart gameplay. I mean, Paul, say what you want about Paul. He can be annoying, he can be brazen, but I mean, he's a gamer when it comes to these shows. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to manipulate people, and he's not just there for the money. He's also kind of like New York, where he just wants the best entertainment value as well.
Yeah. He made it to the end of Big Brother both times, so he's what he's doing.
And he lost because he couldn't keep the jury happy.
That's right.
And then so now with them getting into the argument, it's getting louder and louder, and like Tyson's like, I might have to keep Paul. Like, he wants Paul gone throughout the whole episode, and now Tyson's kind of coming around on the train like, I might have to vote to keep Paul.
Yeah.
He's not happy about it. Because he wants to, he knows that if he votes against Paul, or for Paul to leave, then it's just gonna, definitely sever his relationship with Tyson.
Yep.
And then comes to a point to where, I mean, this argument's getting pretty heated, and then Johnny So the only reason Tom's talking to me like this is because he knows he's protected. He's like, he would not be talking to me like this if there weren't cameras in the house, because I would beat his fucking ass.
Yeah. I'd never had a man talk to me like that before.
Like he wasn't, like he was pretty pissed off.
He was.
And then so Tom, after this, also goes and recruits New York. He's like, we gotta keep Paul, which at this point, New York's a little wishy-washy, and she still doesn't like. I think she respects Johnny at this point more because he's providing drama. Like he's being assertive in the game, opposed to Paul, who's just kind of, that snake in the grass where, kind of playing more behind the scenes. And she kind of sees that. And that's the most perceptive I've ever seen New York on this show.
Yeah. The most she's ever played the game, I think.
Yeah. And then Drita, bless her heart, she's like, she goes to Christine and tries to campaign for Johnny to Christine, and Christine has no idea where she is again. Like, good luck trying to get anything across to Christine.
You can't change her mind because she doesn't know what her mind's thinking.
Exactly.
There's nothing to change.
And then they go to the banishment, but Joel isn't there.
He's stealing her food.
Yeah, he comes in late, and he starts still eating all their food that's left on the counter because they get takeout, and then he hides a note in the pantry.
Yep.
Who do you think's gonna find it?
I don't know, and it's either whoever finds it's either going to be immune, or they're going to be automatically on the hit list. I think.
I mean, my vote is that Drita's going to find this note.
You think she'll be the first? Because
she's the one that cooks, right?
True. Yeah, it's whoever goes in the pantry first. So either she's going to go to cook something, or someone's going to try to get a snack. So I don't know. It could be anyone.
Yep. And so that doesn't come into play this episode, but it will next episode more than likely. And then they get to the speeches, and Johnny compares his experience arguing with bitches and Love Island to arguing with Tom in this game.
And Tom becomes the spokesperson for all the women. Oh, good to see you know what you call women these days.
That's who Tom, you're the one that the women want speaking up for them. You're the guy. You're the guy. And so this leads to another, 3 or 4 minute back and forth between Tom and Johnny. And at this point, I'm like, this is bad for Paul.
Yeah.
Like, because these two are after each other. And I thought Johnny played it well. Like, because he even says in his speech, like, y'all vote to keep me. You know who I'm after. Like, I am.
There's only one person I'm going after.
After Tom. I don't care about anybody else. I just want Tom out of this game.
Yep.
And like, credit to him. Like, he's not a reality TV player.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good for him on recognizing that spot there. And then Paul gets called the leader of our choir because he's wearing like a black choir robe. I don't think he bought that one at Hot Topic. I don't know.
No, definitely not. One. Well, Joel said he looks like he's going to a Renaissance fair.
And then, so Paul starts going off on a speech, once again trying to pander, and New York has none of it. She cuts him off mid-speech and is like, Paul, you are a liar. Like, just own your shit.
Just
like, this is House of Villains.
Outfit. Yeah, don't mean you're going to be preaching to us.
This says he won't be the new pope because he was already elected.
Joel, the look on Joel's face is like, well.
And at this point, I'm thinking this is the Survivor moment for me, because during the speeches, Johnny did his so well, and Paul didn't do such a great job. Got called out by New York in the middle of it, but this had to be Tom just rallying the troops, man. Yep. And then probably a little bit with Christine just kind of wanting Johnny Middlebrooks to stop trying to fuck her all the time, every episode. And so Johnny is banished 4-1.
Yep. Tom hit the iPad, flipped it around, and said, "Bye, bitch."
And then We go to a preview from next week, and we get a great one-line there from Kate in the preview from next week. She calls Tom a worm with a mustache.
You know where she got that from, right?
Where's that?
She in the reunion from the Vanderpump season that was the one about the whole Scandival season. During the reunion, James called Tom, "You're a worm with a mustache," right in front, yelled it out at him because that was when he had that weird look with the mustache.
I don't guess I've seen that one. So
Yeah, James
that was, you
Kennedy
said that was
coined
after
that
the
one.
Scandival stuff?
It was the reunion show of the Scandival season. Yeah,
Damn, James was still around by that point?
he was around the whole time. Yep.
That's who. Maybe they get James on House of Villains next.
Yeah, he would be good on that show.
He'd be
he might
great
get
on the
kicked
show.
he might get kicked off, but yeah, he'd be good on that show.
Are they gonna have? Do they have liquor in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be great on the show.
He'd be like, no, I'm sober for like the first 2 days, and then after that, he'd be done.
Is he still off the wagon, or
I had no idea.
back on it?
No idea.
Yeah, he's a character. Maybe they get him on Traders.
Well, I don't know about that. He's more a House of Villains type.
Probably not the show for him, but yeah, man, this show's delivering so far.
Oh yeah, it always does.
Delivering, definitely. I think it's my favorite season of House of Villains yet.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely is.
You got any more thoughts on either House of Villains or anything else in the reality world? You've been keeping up with this Bachelorette shit?
Yeah, and I haven't watched the new season of the Mormon Wives yet, but yeah, this Taylor Paul stuff is crazy. I wasn't gonna watch The Bachelor. I've never watched that, but it's crazy. They canceled the whole season like 3 days before it was supposed to air.
And she's still getting paid for it. I seen today.
Really?
That's crazy. I guess that's in her contract where she still gets paid for it even though they cancel it. And they're gonna. I seen today too where they want to get Maura to do a live season of The Bachelorette.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Maura from Traders.
Yeah, that would probably be good. I did see something.
Throwaway vote.
I don't think I like this one. She would be good, but I saw that they might somewhere it said they might show the Bachelorette season on Hulu. Just put it on Hulu. I don't know if
the one that they filmed.
Yeah, I don't know if it was real or if it was just.
I mean, maybe they already paid for it, right? I mean, if they're paying her, and it's already filmed. I don't know. So I guess this chick is from Mormon Wives.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I've never watched that show either.
She's yeah. I mean, everything kind of checks out that you've heard, so nothing real surprising. But you know who's mad is all those dudes that went on there to try to get clout. Now they're serious. They're not even going to be on TV.
I mean, yeah, maybe like you said, maybe they'll sell the right. But what is Bachelorette? Well, I guess Hulu is ABC now too because it's owned by Disney now. Isn't that an ABC show?
I think so. Yeah.
So I was gonna say because usually Hulu played Fox before, but
yeah,
I guess I could see it with
them
being tied to Disney.
Hulu is what the Mormon Wife show is on.
Is it? Okay.
Yep. Big. It's all one big ball of reality TV.
All right.
Speaking of, hold on, one more thing. Have you heard of the show Age of Attraction?
I've seen it on Netflix. I haven't watched it. It hasn't really piqued my interest. I guess it's like Love is Blind, except with an age gap.
That's exactly what it is. I watched the first 2 episodes, and it's not good. I'll tell you that right up front. But I have this problem where I can't stop watching something if I start it. So I will keep going, but it's not good at all. But it's just a bunch of people. You're right. It's just like Love is Blind. These people show up to this like camp retreat place, and they like speed date for a little bit, and then they pick who they want to like try to date for real. And they're not allowed. The only thing they're not allowed to talk about is their age. But I mean, you can see them, so it's not like too. There are some surprises, but it's not like the person's older or younger. And then once they both decide they want to continue like try to do a real relationship, they go to I can't remember what they call the ceremony, but they go into this room and then they tell each other their ages. And then once they find out their ages, they decide if they want to continue dating. And then they go to I haven't got to this part yet, but they go to they do like they live together and then meet their families and stuff, just like Love is Blind. When they go out of the pods or whatever, they go live together. and I don't know. It's just weird. But
I think it'd probably
they
just be like Love Is Blind. Like maybe once they get to the age part, like some of them actually are like, screw this
yeah
type thing. Like
yeah
hopefully there's some of that where you don't get that in Love Is Blind when they actually see each other. I think that would make Love Is Blind better.
yeah. And
And then
there has to be a thing where only the young guys are allowed to date the older girls, and only the young girls are allowed to date the older guys. Because otherwise, they'd all get there, and then like all the young guys will go start talking to the young girls, and all the old guys start talking to the old
yeah,
girls, and like there has to be a rule that I guess they're not allowed to do that or whatever. But the first couple that went into the thing and said their ages, the lady, she was 54, which I mean she looked good for 54, and I figured before she was like maybe like 50, but she has 3 kids and the oldest one's 29, and the guy the guy that she was with is 27, but he actually looks like he might be in his like mid 30s or whatever. But he's 2 years younger than her kid. But they decided to keep going, so I don't know. When I see some more episodes, we'll see
it
what
sounds like a
happens with
possible
that.
train
But
wreck.
it's the whole thing. It's crazy, but yeah, it's
Hmm.
the end of the second episode. It was the guy was like told the girl, "I'm 60." That was a shock because I knew he was older, but I did not think he was anywhere near 60. And she was like in her 20s, I think. I can't remember, but it's not, like I said. If I wouldn't start it, it's not unless you really want some punishment. But
Can't believe
it's not good.
can't believe Netflix canceled The Circle to bring that on. I
And
mean,
I never even saw The Circle, so
or The Mole. Like we can have another season of The Mole. The Mole was fun.
yeah. Well, you gotta have people try to fall in love that have differences of some kind.
Leave that to ABC, man. Give us some of the good. Now the one that's kind of like alone, but it's in groups and they can sabotage each other. You seen that one?
No, what's
What's it
that?
called? Like it's pretty much just like Alone, except there's like three tribes or whatever, kind of like Alone and Survivor mixed up, except they're close enough to each other where they can find each other's camps and like steal their supplies and shit.
Okay. Now we're talking about something.
And you know, it's whichever tribe lasts the longest,
Yeah, okay.
then they win. And you have to have like 2 people on your tribe. I think you can't be the only one out there. At least 2
Yeah.
people in your group.
Hmm.
But yeah, we need some more good reality TV shows. Netflix just canceled all the good ones.
Yeah. Something will come out that'll catch our attention.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. Well,
All right, man.
we'll be back for episode 6 of Survivor next week and some more House of Villains.
Hope we got a merge.
Oh yeah. All right, take it easy, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for joining in.
See you next week.